Hey, this is Rob for JTRpodcast.com, and this is Kingdom Run. This is a game where you're controlling a clan and you're having a race, and the winning clan will get to choose the new king. So it's important to try and win this race. And here's the box. As you can see, it is adorable. I played this at the Cannes festival, and I did a video of it while I was there. And while I was talking through the game and explaining how the game works, I thought, yeah, I'm going to probably pick this one up. It was quite cheap. It was only €15, which is about £15 as it is now. And so, yeah, I'm going to set it up now, and then we'll go through gameplay. So there you are. You can see the board is made of these tiles, and you have the starting tile, and you're going to start, and you're going to be running from this direction round. There's 3 lakes, which is important. I'll get to those in a bit. And then you have the finishing line here. So obviously, as you're setting tiles up, the board is a bit modular. You're going to always have the start, always have the finish, and always have 3 lakes, but the way you lay them out, it does differ the game, because you can make it where 2 lakes are next to each other, and you'll see why that's important in a bit. But I'll just go back to the rest of setup. So there are some more scoring tokens, and you put these on these spaces here. Let's do that. 4, 3, and 2. These are the number of points you're going to score as you pass them when you're racing. Each person is going to have 3 of these coins. I'm going to just put 3 here so you can see them. And everybody is going to have a clan, and the clans are going to be represented by these 4 tokens. They are double-sided, and I'll explain why in a bit. And you're going to put 1 of each on each space on the board. So there you go. The start tile has 4 spaces. You put 1 of each of your tokens on each of the spaces, so each contains 4. And then the youngest player starts, or whoever, depending what rule you want to pick. And it's going to be done through dice. So what the player would do on their turn is they will roll the dice, and they'll get 1 reroll. Let's put that back to where it was. So let's just decide to reroll these 2, and they would get to take those actions. So let's go through them all now. We're going to start with the boot, which is called disbanding. And this is going to be your basic movements. What you would do is you'd pick any tile with some people on it. You would pick as many as you want up. So say you were blue, just wanted to move blue, you would just move them into the next available space. Or what you can do is you can pick up all of them, or 2 of them, or 3 of them, as many as you like, and you put 1 on each tile in order like that. And that's how you sort of move by disbanding. If you've got a space that's full and each space can hold 4 clan members, you would just skip it. So for example, if you moved off this tile, you would skip those and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you would move like that. So that's very, very simple. Bit of a Mancala thing going on there with your movement with the disbanding action. The next action is this hook. It's called catch up. The rules don't explain it very well, so hopefully I'm going to be able to explain the correct rules now. So there it is, there's the hook, and basically it's just a catch up. So you take any one of your racers and you just catch them up to the next person. So in this case, because this space is full, it will go into this space. If you move this one now, it would go, can't go there, it would have to go there. Because it just says you move to catch up to the next runner on the racetrack, but it also says if a space is full, you move on to the next available space. So basically this red one would be catching up onto this space, but because it's full, they would move on. I think that's how you play it. Obviously you can't use the action if you're in front, and if somebody is finished, you can actually catch them up by using the hook and win the race that way, or finish the race that way. Next up is bathing, which is this nice water symbol. And quite simply, you could take any of your runners and move them to the nearest lake. So if they were there, they would go there. If they're on that space, they would go into this lake. So you get quite a bit of movement out of that. But the only way you can get out of a lake is by using the water drip. So the next action that this person could take, they can't move using this out of the water. They have to use this. So they'd have to use that to just move 1 space. So while you get a lot of movement up into the water, you don't get much out of it. Again, if the space is full in front of you, you would just go into the next available space. The money icon just allows you to steal one of these coins off people. These are worth that many points at the end of the game. They're all worth 2 points. The potion, let's look at that one. That's here. For that one, you can just take any racer and put them to sleep. That person can now not run at all, and the only way to wake them back up is by using the potion again to flip them up onto their awake side. Then the final die is the carbon copy. So basically that just allows you to copy another die action. So if you use the disbanding action to move, you can use the carbon copy action to copy it. But this is where the rulebook is wrong, and I do know the right answer to this one. So the rulebook does say that you can't use the same die side more than twice. So for example, if I rolled the 2 disbanding icons, I could use those, and then I could also copy them with the 2 carbon copy side, so I can use the same action 4 times. However, that's not the case. The designer has commented on my review video earlier and said that you can't take the same action more than twice. So if you roll this, for example, if you roll 2 boots and you roll 2 carbon copies, unfortunately 2 of those die are going to go to waste. So that's it. You're going to be racing around. As soon as you've crossed the finishing line, you go into the next available empty space on this board, and that's how many points you're going to score. You're also going to score points for your gold that you've got left, and you're going to score points from passing these tokens here. So if you were here, you would score 6 points for this person. If they were there, that would score 5, for example. And that is it. Most points wins, with whoever's highest up on this track breaking turn order. That's Kingdom Run. So yeah, that's it. The game will end when the 8 spaces on the finish track are filled, and yeah, it's really fun. It's very simple. There is generally a best option you can take, so there is a way to make sure your runners are getting further ahead by using your dice correctly. There's a lot of times I've used my dice and the other player said, oh, you should have done this, then this person would have been here and this person would have been further on and you would have done better. The person who was telling me that went on to win. Yep, there is a better way to play this. It's not just random dice rolling. It also helps that it comes in a nice small box because I'm running out of shelf space, so I like to have a nice smaller box so I'm not taking up too much room on the old shelves back there. But the other thing is it's adorable. It's a very cute game. That's my kind of thing. You can see all the pretty colours on my shelf. I do like a good cute looking game with lots of cartoon artwork. It's very quick. It plays in about 15 minutes. We played with 3 players, and you have those sort of, one of the clans wasn't being used, so there's kind of dummy players we were putting in other people's way. It's really fun how you can not only try and move your characters, but try and screw over the other players by sticking them in the water, restricting their movement. So you can use that disbanding action to kind of mancala them around the board, making sure they go in the water, and then also put them to sleep while they're in the water as well. So then they have to wake up and then use a water to get out of it, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, it's a really good game, very, very quick, simple, as I said, adorable, my kind of thing. That is Kingdom Run. You can follow me on Twitter at JTR Podcast, find the blog and the podcast at jtrpodcast.com. I've been Rob, aka Jesta the Rogue, and I'll see you soon.